So how has BPRS offered a sense of community to you? And in what ways do you hope to see this reflected more within the CJC and as you enter the professional world?
It's given me a place to feel seen. Like, when things happen, when social issues happen, you want to go to people who are going to understand what you're going through. And me sitting in my classes hearing some of the things other people say, people don't understand how I'm going through. So, in the wake of the social justice movement last year, I was trying to explain to people that could have been my dad, that could have been my uncle, that could have been, my friend's brother, that could have been my future husband. Like, and people were not understanding why that hit me so personally, and even the best meaning person cannot understand how that feels as a black person to see that that could have been someone so close to you. And coming to beepers, you understood. We all sitting here, I'm looking people who are like my brothers, my sisters, like my cousins, like my people I want to go to. It's people who understand the bad and the good, and the good. I got my hair done right today. My curls look great. Like, it's being able to blend that personal and professional experience, and then blend that with culture that I know I can't find anywhere else, and being able to come and talk about, yeah, this crisis could have been prevented if there was someone that looked like us in the room. Or, you know what, did you see that this black girl did this, or this black man did this, or, you know what, we see this campaign targeted toward these people. Did they know that black people would be a great audience to start doing this, this, and this for? Like, BPress has really been such a point of stimulating conversation, of community, of crisis management. Like, I could go on and on about how everything this club has been and will continue to be for me and the people I know. I could go on and on. This club means everything.
Yeah, I feel like BPRS is especially important just because we're at a predominantly white institution. And that means that there's not a whole lot of people that look like us in the CJC, in the college, in the major. And being able to just sit down and talk to you guys and not feel like I have to sugarcoat my words or I have to kind of whitewash what I'm saying to be more acceptable, it means a lot. And I think having these kind of spaces in the professional world and in other colleges as well, I think it's extremely important. Students need to be able to know that they're welcome. And the best way to feel welcome is to see other people who look like you and who are able to understand how you're feeling.
BPRSS for me personally has created a sense of community that I didn't think I would have found otherwise, to be completely honest. It's definitely been a place of support, especially from you guys as my like fellow peers, and also from our advisors like Vanessa and Miss Nairi, right? Like they're just awesome people who kind of like unlock the doors and kind of like put me in a direction that I really hope to go to. I see this strong black woman and I'm like, yes, like period. It's just like this place of support that I wouldn't have found otherwise. Especially like Camille Engineer, you guys were saying, it's so supportive mainly because you guys know what I'm also going through. And even if you don't fully heartedly know what I'm going through, because like for example, I'm an international student. So like my struggles are very different in terms of finding jobs in the US, but you still can relate and understand of like, well, one time I went through a situation where I felt very discriminated against or marginalized, or I was the only person in the room that could talk on this certain subject. So like having this space where I know I'm not alone makes it means the world.
I just feel the sense of community and love and unity that's within the organization. And being able to be around people who believe in professional advancement of Black people, that's not seen a lot. A lot of times we're talked down to, a lot of the times we're underestimated and underrepresented. So to be in a community of people where we're growing together, learning together, and being able to experience things together and go to each other for support is very propelling.
When I think of BPRS, I think of literally just the word community. I think of these are my people who I'm probably going to like grow up in the field with. I'm probably going to see them throughout and be like, yo, there go Camille over there. She's over there writing. And like, whatever, there go Jada. She's over there doing her thing, that kind of thing. So, and I think that for other universities as well. Like, it's kind of sad that they don't have this kind of like sense of like a family, you know. I feel like kind of like an alumni class, like they're kind of like a family kind of thing, like this like BPRSS board, like BPRSS classes. They're kind of like an alumni class in itself, you know, just like a family sense.
I think it's so important to touch on the part where you said we're going to see each other in a few years, because, you know, we all know that we all want to go into different realms of our career path, whatever that might be. And some of us may not end up in PR in the next 10, 20 years. And some of us are going to become, you know, executives and presidents of companies. And it's always important to know people, you know, that you can trust. And when you're looking for someone to bring onto your team, or you're looking for an outside source to offer a service that your company may not be able to offer, we already have a community of people who we know is going to get the job done, is reliable, and is smart, and is very knowledgeable in that career path. So I think that BPRSS offers that to, you know, to future practitioners, to future professionals, to know that, you know, these are people who we've worked with, who we've planned events with, who we've planned strategies with, marketing strategies, promotional strategies, social media strategies. And all of these things are things that we learn and that we're taking into the field as students. And, you know, we're developing professionally while we're still in school. And, you know, we're so young. And the fact that we're able to do this now is so, you know, admirable, because in the next 10 years, I'm going to know that, you know, JANIA 10 years ago was on the game. You know, she was getting our budget together, she was getting our finances together. So in 10 years, if I'm looking for somebody to help do something similar, or something similar to what she will be doing in 10 years, I will already have that connect, and I won't have to seek outside. You know, I think it's always important to seek internally. So, you know, get with the people that you know, help each other level up, put people on, put your friends on, your colleagues on, and people, now we are a family, so put your family on. So that's what BPRSS has provided. And I think that, you know, if BPRSS was in every school, every student would have the opportunity to feel the way that we feel.
Y'all understand where we draw experiences from for campaigns. So, you know, how many of us grew up singing in the fan? Maybe if I was advertising a group of fans, you know, singing the, like your T-Pain in the fan, you know, how many people are going to understand? Or like, you know, how you feel about the shade room is how you feel, but how many of us are, yeah, you saw the shade room, you know what, you could place an advertisement for this and this on the shade room, or like, you know, Essence magazine or BET, like how many people are going to have that frame of reference outside of us, to have the frame of reference that everybody else has for Refinery 29, for Bustle, and then also say, you know what, we can go to BET too. Like that's something we can do.